Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here with the deck profile for you. It's a pretty competitive. It's not pretty. It's a very competitive. In my opinion, it's as competitive as you can be without hand traps in any sort of the manner because this eliminates basically your opponent from even playing the game. This deck profile that I have, it's very consistent. You can honestly get out Dark Law and Net Beast almost every single game. Um, I've been trying to figure out a way to work this out because in my last video I said that I wasn't going to be really putting money into the game anymore, and I'm going to be working with like the things that I have. And luckily, these are some things that I have that I'm not selling because I said I wouldn't sell my hero deck, deck core or like deck ideas. So I put together this like brilliant fusion hero deck mixed with the plant engine um, specifically for the brilliant fusion. Like I said, it's extremely consistent. I'm just gonna go through the deck list with you guys. I have some replays listed below. It was my last video actually, but I'm gonna come out with a like combo video. It's a 3-card combo that wasn't shown in the video that will rip out 5 of the 6 cards that your opponent is gonna draw. So I'll go into that in another video. I'll maybe make it later today, but I want to see how this does first for you guys. All right, so let's just go into the main deck first. I'm filming this upside down, by the way, because my stand broke, so it's pretty weird. Standard hero build, you gotta have 3 Shadow Mist. 3 Shadow Mist is key. This should be at 3. You guys know that I need to go to the card shop. Clearly, I haven't gone to locals in a while. You want 3 Vion because you want to be able to get Malicious in the grave, to be able to like continue with like your combo and whatnot. But great card, mass change target. Next, when this comes to like, when this card right here turns into Elemental Hero Solid Man, because right now I got to run 3 Goblinberg. The combo will be even that much more consistent because then you could search Solid Man off of E-Call, and this you clearly can't. But it's a great card. It's a great extender. It's, you know, sometimes you do break, sometimes you can't pull off your combo, and you got to sit on a Dark Law or get him out, and you can make Dark Law Nat Beast, which is not bad whatsoever with a Isolde. So it's a must-have in this deck right now. Next, 3 Destiny Hero Militias. Absolutely necessary. I want to run D-Draw, but I feel like it'd kind of like ruin the consistency. And when I show you the combo, you'll see why I don't really want to draw, because you don't want to draw into like one of your bricks. Something that you need, like a combo piece, that you need a special. So that's it for these right here. I'm going to get into the plants. You run 3 Lone Fire Blossoms, a deck thinner. So if you go into Saryuja, you're going to most likely draw into the cards that you want, because you're probably going to go through about half your deck before you ever make it. Next, of course, Scorpio and Cobra to grab your Brilliant Fusion. And then these 2, you can make MX Saber Invoker. Next, when you make the MX Saber Invoker, you bring out Heroic Challenger, 1,000 Blades. I run them as a one-of. Kind of sucks when you draw into them, but you can always get them back into the grave with this if you need to. Sometimes it's not even necessary, to be completely honest. This is usually the card that I end up making Nat Beast with, or Trishula. So then your Brilliant Fusion target and the Trick Clown to extend as well. You can make more plays when you special this from the grave, and then this comes back out the grave as well. So that's 2 free monsters right there for 1,000 life points. So I guess it's not necessarily free. Next, I'm running 2 proxies in this deck because once again I need to go to the card shop. But a very cheap card would be Sheehan Squire. Sheehan Squire is a level 1 Earth tuner. It's a warrior, so you can bring it out Isolde to make your Nat Beast. And it's your level 1 tuner of the deck. Next, I run 2 Elemental Hero Honest Neos to round out my monsters. And I like it at 2 because I usually ditch one off the Topologic Gumblar Dragon. I like to abuse Topologic Gumblar Dragon in this deck. It's like my main focus. Is mainly what I want to do. So that's it for my monsters, and it's a great battle, technically battle hand trap. So next you run, of course, your 3 Hero Lives. This can be a part of your combo right here, or you can just have a mass change in your hand. and not pay the 4,000 life points. But once again, I said I'll show you guys that in another video. I really hope you guys like it. It's really efficient. Next, 3 Brilliant Fusion. It's great because if like say you hero lives, right, and they ash it, you still have Brilliant Fusion right here, and you still get 2 extra normal summons, and that could really help you out. That can get you into a Saryuja to kind of get you out of a slump. Next, 3 E-Call. I'm praying that we get Elemental Hero Solid Man, because that'll make this card even better. It'll give it another search target besides Honest Neos and Shadow Mist. Next, the other searcher, of course, Rhoda. Get your Vion, get your Vion or your Goblinberg. You don't really want it for anything else. Next, I run 3 Mass Change, of course, for Darklaw, and then 1 Mass Change 2 to help get Homeboy out your hand, Malicious. And you can Mass Change off of Scorpio if your play got like legit busted by like 3 hand traps, or they hit it at the perfect time. So I run 4 because I want to see it. I really want to see Mass Change in my opening hand, always. But the original Mass Change, because this on Malicious, you can't bring out Darklaw, sadly. But you can still get your play going from there, your combo. Next, my other proxy is that Divine Phoenix Swordblade. This is just a hero equip spell, so I put it in there. That's a proxy. It needs to be the Phoenix Swordblade because you can constantly add it back to your hand, and it's a fodder for Topologic Gumblar Dragon, so it always makes sure that you're able to discard 2 cards from your hand. And then lastly, to eat hand traps, play through hand traps, you got to play 3 Called by the Grave. 3 Called by the Grave is absolutely necessary in this deck. And that's it. As you see, I don't run any traps because this deck is pretty linear in the fact that you want to rip out as much cards with Topologic Gumblar Dragon as you can, and if your hand's broken, you want to be able to make Darklaw and Nat Beast, and I feel like that's pretty easy to do in this deck. So that's it for the main deck. I just wanted to fix this up. Okay, extra deck right here. This is pretty important. So 3 Masked Hero Darklaw. Best card in the game. My favorite card of all time. And the 1 Anki, because sometimes, like I said, you have Mass Change 2 and you make it off Malicious, and you destroy a monster by battle, you can grab a Mass Change and get into your Darklaw. So it's absolutely necessary to have him as well. And he can attack directly for game if you can't beat over one of their monsters. The 1 Seraph Knight for your Brilliant Fusion, I'm sorry. Your Nat Beast, because Nat Beast alongside Darklaw is literally insane. In my video of replays that I had in the last video I made, I played Sky Strikers, and I had a Nat Beast and a Darklaw out on the field, and they literally got shut down turn 1. Next, Trishula. This is a part of your combo piece to abuse Gumblar Dragon. This is what makes sure you rip 5 cards instead of 4. MX Saber Invoker, because you want to be able to bring out Heroic Challenger. It's an extender. Isolde, very important. I always add Honest Neos to my hand with its first effect, and then I send the Divine Phoenix Swordblade to the grave to be able to special out the Sheehan Squire proxy that I have in my deck, which is the level 1 Earth Tuner, so you can make Trishula or Nat Beast. Next, the small Nightmare package. Nightmare Cerebus, Nightmare Phoenix, and Nightmare Griffin. I would run Unicorn if I had one, but I don't. This gets rid of a monster, a special summon monster. This gets rid of a back row, which I've done plenty of times in playtesting, because the one thing that this deck can't do is stop other traps. You can stop, anything that would activate in the grave, and you can stop any spell, but you can't stop traps. So I use this to get rid of that. Next, your Saryuja to get you out of like your brick hands it's honestly, it honestly comes in the clutch more than you would think. And being able to special out Shadow Mist to one of its zones, and then Shadow Mist trigger for a Dark Law, you have a 2700 attack Dark Law. And if you add Phoenix Blade back, you can make Dark Law 3000 on its own, and you can have an Honest Neos back in it. I mean, you never know. That's happened plenty of times. Next, Borreload, because Borreload is just too freaking good. If I had Boral Sword Dragon, I would absolutely run that as well. Boral Sword Dragon is fantastic. But right now, Borreload, still extremely hard to get over, and it'll win you games on its own. You could have this in the Dark Law, and you're pretty damn set. Then lastly, Topologic Gumblar Dragon, the best link in my opinion. So basically, to break down the combo that I'm gonna make a video for, you bring out Trishula first, and then Trishula rips a card from your opponent's hand. They have 5 cards in their hand. Right, I'll keep my fingers like this. Bring out Trishula, that rips a card, so they have 4. Use Special and Malicious or a monster here, preferably a dark monster, and then that'll rip 2. And then lastly, on their turn, they draw a card, and you mass change into a Dark Law, and then you rip 2 more, and they have 1 card left in their hand. So unless they're 1-card comboing this thing, and they don't have to search, because we all know that Dark Law is going to rip the card out of their hand, they're pretty screwed. And that's your turn 1, and it's pretty damn consistent. And like I said, if you can't get into that, you can always get into Dark Law and Nat Beast. So, like I said, I'll do a combo video later on. Hope you guys really like this deck profile. I'm not showcasing the side deck because the side deck is always made for, you know, what the meta currently is. You're going to want your 3 anti-spells. You're going to want your sphere modes for Goki. You're going to want, a Kaiju maybe to get rid of extra link boards. Your Ghost Reaper to, hit the Soldane Gokis, or Firewall. You can always side Firewall. This deck doesn't use Firewall clearly. But yeah, I'll showcase the side when I play this at locals next week. I should be going to locals next week and playing for, as much as I can next week. But yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I hope you're really interested in seeing the combo. It's a 3-card combo. I'll show you as much as I can coming up as well. But yeah, it's very, very competitive. In my opinion, extremely consistent. And this meta, can't really deal with Dark Law if you think about it. So I thought about it like this. If you know what you're playing, you want to do the 5-card rip. So if you know you're playing Gokis, you want to rip from their hand and send it to the graveyard and banish it, right? Because they get to add stuff back or whatever. So if you have to only rip 3 cards, you do that. If you're playing Sky Striker, Trickstar, anything like that, you make Nat Beast because they can't get over that. And Danger, because you're discarding cards. If you have this on the field, and they're banished, there's nothing they can do. Especially the Dark Worlds, because it says if they're discarded to the graveyard. This stops hand traps, of course, except for Ash and Gamma. Sorry, I blanked on that. Because their card specifically doesn't say send this card to the graveyard. But yeah, this is a great deck. Relatively budget if you get the lower rarities of this, the super rares, $1 or something like that. Everything's pretty cheap in this deck. Brilliant Fusions went down a lot. The only thing that'd be expensive at all is the extra deck. So I hope you enjoyed. Kind of just rambling on at this point. Yeah, I'll make a video coming up soon. All right, later guys.